Good morning, everybody. Corey here. In this video, we'll go over the trades and holdings for the YieldMax single stock ETFs for May 1st, obviously 2024. Sorry I didn't get this done yesterday, and then because I was extremely tired, but somehow I pushed through all the other videos that honestly I didn't plan on doing either, but I was able to push through them. But now I don't have a lot of time to go through this video because I slept so late that I have to go to work here soon. I have no choice because I had to be at work no later than 9 o'clock. So we're going to go through this fairly quickly. Just a reminder, I'm not a licensed investment or financial advisor, and all I'm doing is gathering the data to present it to you so you can make your own decisions and opinions. YieldMax ETFs are extremely risky. They go over the risk here defined on their website, so please check them out. Make sure you understand what you're investing in. All right, so we're going to start off with AIYY. Don't worry about those reds. I don't know what they did. That's what they had on the date. I even went and checked the website to make sure there wasn't something wrong with the data, but it has nothing. It's not going to, affect anything on here. But anyway, they closed out their synthetic. So today is the first day that they're closing out synthetics and pushing them out past May 17th. And it looks like our new date is going to be July 19th. We have that on a few of these now. So that is over 2 months away. So that's about 2.5 months here. So anyway, so they closed those out, the ones that were going to expire tomorrow. And you can see here, what they paid to close those out if you'd like to see that. And then they rolled them, so those were 22 strike price. They've rolled them to a 22.50 strike price. So we're very close to that price there. And it cost them a little bit of money to do that. Let's see, overall though, they brought in $317,000. Let me look. I think we do have one other. I did these last night, so it's hard to remember. Okay, so Coney. I did the spreadsheet last night, that is. But anyway, so we come over here to come over here to the holdings. And you can see here the new synthetics with the expiration date of July 19th. We have, man, dang it. I missed this last night. I don't even know how this one's this and this one's this, unless my data didn't save. Because there's no way that, dang it. Yeah, I don't know. So, of course, this is going to slow me down. Oh, okay. I see why. I'd overwritten the formula. And I overwrote the formula on my original data. And I don't do that because of this very reason. Oh, shoot, undo. I have to recopy over my formulas because it's going to make some data incorrect. All right, so here we go. I apologize for that. But now our data is updated here. We have 2 short calls that will expire tomorrow, 23 and 24 strike price, and we're currently underneath those 1% and 5%. And we're slightly above that synthetic there, we can see. But synthetics looking good. I think this higher 14 cents is just because it's so close to the strike price, but it should go down here. Of course, it shows here we have a possible upside, so maybe, I know that other one says 67 cents, but if we went over the $23 strike price, that one has 12,000 contracts, so then that one would go in the negative. So it looks like a possibility of 16 cent upside there for that first short call. So let's go on to AMDY. They've added 195 contracts to the synthetic position, and they've created a new short call that expires tomorrow for those same 195 contracts there. 3 short calls, 148, which is our new one, right? Yep, 148, which were 3% under. And then we have 170 and 175. And we are green this morning pre-market, so we'll see how the day goes. But there's a possibility that some of these will go up. We are under those other 2 short calls by 15 to 18%. We do have our synthetic positions here that close in 2 weeks, which we are 10% under. If you look over here on the right-hand side, we can see that synthetic position is bringing the stop price down $1.72. And then we look at our possible upside down there. If we did go up, we don't have a lot of contracts at the first one. The majority of our contracts are at the second strike price, 170. It looks like possibility of a little over $2 upside there if we could get up that far in the next 2 days. AMC here, they added 245 contracts to the synthetic position and created a new short call that expires on Friday with a strike price of 182.50. They also have 185 and 190 strike prices, we're under those strike prices by 2, 3, and 6%. Then we have the synthetic position that we are under by 3%. That is bringing the stop price down 71 cents. If we look at the short calls, we have possible upside of roughly, I don't know, just sort of guessing here, maybe 70 or 80 cents, looking at those possible upside amounts over there on the right-hand side. Again, I don't even know how accurate these are going to be on the right. I haven't had, these are fairly new, and I haven't had a chance to really test them out and go back and look to see how well they did or did not do. But move on. Aptly. We have no trades. We have 2 short calls that expire on Friday, 175, 177.50. We're underneath those by 3 and 5%. And it looks like we're underneath our synthetic position by 70 cents. And as we go through, like I said, it looks like they're starting to close out these synthetics, which is awesome. I feel like I wish they'd have done that weeks ago. But, it is what it is. I don't know how much they cost I guess we do. As they're going through these. I don't know. I'm not an options person again, so I don't know when is the best time. I just know now that we are definitely 2 weeks out, and we're barely getting up on some of these. I think they're just going to start closing them out as they get above the strike prices. As we can already see, as of yesterday, they've started doing that. But we can see over here, the synthetics not bringing the stock price down too much. Looking at possible upside here. Maybe, maybe about 30 cents there upside. We will see. And then we have Coney. We did see that there were some that were closed out. I think, though, looking at they're going to be covered here. But let's just make sure. They brought in over 3 million. Okay, yeah, they closed out. Let's see. Yeah, 200 shares there. So, yeah, we can see all of those on the other tab. Let's just make sure. I think we had one more, maybe. Thank goodness we don't have a lot of these with trades. So, yeah, we had the Tesla one with the synthetic. So here you can see several things going on with Coney. They added 590 contracts to the synthetic positions. And then they created a short call with 590 contracts that will expire Friday with with a strike price of $247.50. And then what they did is they closed out 200 of the $255 strike price that expires this week. And what they did is rolled them to next week. So, yeah, I'm not sure why, but they did. That's the first time I've really seen that. Because it's the same strike price. And they didn't change. I don't know. Anyway, we have 5 short calls that expire. We have 5 short calls. 4 of them expire on Friday. 1 of them will expire next week. So the ones for this week are 240, 247.50, 252.50, and 255. And the one for next week is 255. We're underneath the strike prices of those anywhere from 12 to 18%. Our synthetic position is still 19% below its strike price, so it's bringing the stock price down $5.42. If we look down at the short calls, looks like we have the possibility of an upside of over $3. Move on to Dizzo. We have no trades. We have one short call that expires tomorrow with the 114 strike price, which we're under by 3%. We're under a short call by 8%. It's bringing the stock price down roughly $1.66. Our short call here looks like possible upside of 62 cents. Phoebe here, we have no trades, but we do have 4 short calls that expire on Friday: 435, 437.50, 450, and 455. It looks like we're already over the first 2 strike prices, which majority of our contracts are at that 437.50, and we're over that about $1.51 there already. The 435, we're over that by $4.10. So this one's, Phoebe's looking really bad because we're over 2 of our 3 synthetics, which is half of our contracts, and we're under our synthetic positions 15 to 16%. So for synthetics, it's bringing the stop price down roughly $3.70. And then our short calls there, you can see it's bringing them down roughly the stop price down 15 cents. I know it has a possibility of upside over there, but I don't think we're going to have any upside if it goes anymore, because it's just going to make the other ones more negative there, but we will see. GUI here, we have 2 short calls that expire tomorrow, 160 and 175 strike price. We are over this 160 strike price, which is half of our contracts, by $3.79 still. And then we have the other one at 175, and we're under that by 6%. For our short calls, we are underneath those by 4%. So the for synthetic positions, we're under by 4%. That's what I get for rushing. Our synthetic is bringing down the stock price roughly 62 cents, and our short calls bringing it down about 24 cents. I see there's no upside. I see over there, I don't think there's going to be much of an upside again because, I guess there could be because of the synthetic, but as far as the short calls go, one's going to get worse while, the other one may come down some. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. JPMO here, they did have trades. They added 30 contracts to the synthetic position and 30 to the short call 195 strike price. We also have the 197.50 strike price. We're underneath those by 2 and 3%, and they do expire tomorrow. We are under our synthetic strike price by 4%, and it's bringing the stock price down 79 cents. Looks like we have a possibility of upside of 20 or so cents there for JPMO. Murney here, no trades. We have 1 short call that expires Friday with 108 strike prices. The only one that we're over the, no, it's not the only one. It's the max strike price. Never mind. This one's fully over its short call strike prices because it only has 1. 108, it's over by 3%, but it's over several dollars here. Did bring us above our synthetic position, though. So you can see on the side, we're good on synthetic, but the short call is bringing the stock price down $1.19. MSFO here, 2 short calls that expire tomorrow, 407.50 straight price and 420. We're underneath those by 3 and 6%, but our short calls, our synthetics, we're under those by 7%. It's bringing the stock price down $1.56. Looks like a possibility of about $1 upside for those short calls. Misty, we have no trades. We do have 5 short calls that expire tomorrow. Strike prices 11.80, 13.80, 14.05, 14.10, 14.30. We're underneath those strike prices by 13 to 28%. We are underneath the synthetic position by 11%. The synthetic is bringing the stock price down roughly $2.92. It looks like we have a possibility of upside of $5 or so for those short calls. If we could go up, which I wish we did for my own personal account. Nefli here, we have a short call that expires tomorrow, 570 strike price. We're underneath that by 3%. We have our synthetic position, which we're under by 13%. It's bringing the stock price down $2.46. Possible upside there for our short call with roughly 50 cents. NVIDIA, no trades here. We have two short calls that expire tomorrow, 865 and 920 strike price. We're underneath those by 4 and 10%. Our synthetic position, we're underneath that by 9%, which is bringing the stock price down $2.50. Possible upside of $2 or so there for our short calls. OARC here, one short call expires Friday with a strike price of 45, and then we're under that by 3%. We're underneath our synthetic positions by 12%. It's bringing the stock price down roughly $1.60. Possibility of upside about 30 cents for our short calls. PayPay here, short call $71, strike price, we're underneath that by 7%. It does expire tomorrow. We are above our synthetic there. Looks like a possibility of upside of like $1.30 for the short call there. Block here, no trades. We have two short calls, 81, 82 strike price that expire tomorrow. This one tanked yesterday on some news, but I believe it reports today, or has earnings, and I didn't talk about that today. I think Coinbase, Apple, and Block have earnings today. I believe that's what I said on my earnings video. But anyway, we're underneath those short calls 17-18%, but we're under our synthetic by 16%, so that's bringing the stock price down $4. Then we have the possibility of $3.50 or so in upside for those short calls. Then we have Tesla here, which did have some trades. So what they did is they rolled that synthetic there. So 32,000 shares exactly. I didn't even realize that they had those there. But anyway, they closed out the 175 strike price that expires on May 17th. You can see all of the prices right there. And then they opened up the synthetic with the July 19th strike price there. Expiration date with a strike price of 180, which is also what the stock price was. Let's see. Yeah, they closed at exactly 180. But you can see there 32,000 contracts. You can see it by share if you want to see that data there. And they brought in almost $10 million. All right. We're almost to the end here. So you can see those new ones right there. So we still have, it looks like, our synthetic with 195 strike price that expires. Let's look over here. Yeah, so that has almost 7,000 contracts, but it has a 195 strike price. So I think they're going to let that hang out and hopefully get back to that 195 or close to it, and then they'll probably close that out. To try to keep from losing so much money there. Anyway, we have 4 short calls, 3 expire tomorrow, 1 next week. We have 180, 195, 197.50, and the one for next week is 225. We are at the 180 strike price. We are underneath the other the other 3, 8, 9, and 20%. We are under our synthetic strike prices, or the one strike price by 8% there. But the synthetics almost cancel each other out price-wise. I don't know why this one's black. I guess because it's not positive. For our short calls here, we have 4. I don't know about upside on the short calls specifically due to the fact that... Actually, yeah, I'm going to say there's not really on the short calls because the majority of our contracts are sitting at the 180 strike price. So honestly, we do not want Tesla to go above 180 since we have 30,000 contracts there. Anyway, we're going to move on to Zomo, no trades, 2 short calls that expire Friday with a 119 and 124 strike price. We're underneath those by 2 and 6%. We are also underneath our synthetic position by 3%, which is bringing the stock price down 71 cents. Possible upside on the short calls there, roughly 43 cents. YieldMax closed at 19.54. YieldMax closed at 19.79. I haven't done this before, but don't look at the trade stuff here because this data isn't formatted or anything. That'll be in a different video. But Ulti here closed at 14.58, and then Ybit closed at 18.30. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great day. Sorry for the delay in the video. Sorry for the rushing also. But I will talk to y'all later. Thanks. Bye.